Be me, 41, regional sales manager for pharmaceutical distributor. Making $145,000 plus commission. Been here 8 years. Company called MediSource Distribution. We supply medical products. Pharmaceuticals, medical devices, surgical supplies to hospitals and pharmacies. $95 million annual revenue, 180 employees, profitable and growing. I manage Northeast Territory, $18 million in annual sales. 12 regional managers total, each running multi-million-dollar territories. All of us hitting quota, company performing well. December 2023, company promotes new VP of Sales and Marketing. Woman named Jessica, age 38, came from corporate diversity consulting. No pharmaceutical experience, no distribution background, but impressive credentials in organizational culture. First company meeting, she announces her vision. We're going to transform this company's leadership culture. Build sales organization that reflects modern values. I'm sitting there thinking, we're already hitting targets. What exactly needs transforming? About to find out exactly what she meant. And watch $64 million in revenue disappear in 90 days. Because she replaced everyone who knew how to sell. Let me show you how one quarter destroyed everything. January 2nd, 2024, first day back after holidays. Jessica calls emergency meeting, all regional managers. Conference room at headquarters, everyone flies in. 12 of us total, 11 men, 1 woman named Patricia. I manage Northeast, New York, Boston, Philadelphia. Kevin manages Southeast, Atlanta, Miami, Charlotte. Marcus handles Midwest, Chicago, Detroit, Minneapolis. David covers Southwest, Dallas, Houston, Phoenix. Robert runs West Coast, LA, San Francisco, Seattle. 7 other managers covering rest of country. Patricia manages Rocky Mountain region, excellent performer. All of us been here minimum 5 years, most 8 to 12 years. We know our clients, our products, our territories inside out. Pharmaceutical distribution is relationship business. Hospital procurement directors, pharmacy chains, clinic networks. These relationships take years to build. Jessica starts meeting. Thank you all for coming. I've spent my first month reviewing our sales organization, and I've identified fundamental structural problem. We're all looking at each other, confused. What problem? We're all hitting quota. She continues. Our leadership is not representative. 11 out of 12 regional managers are men. This creates exclusionary culture that limits our potential. Kevin speaks up. We're hired based on sales performance. Everyone in this room has proven track record. Jessica, that's exactly the mindset we need to change. Meritocracy rhetoric often masks systemic bias. I'm starting to get bad feeling about where this is going. She pulls out stack of folders, one for each of us. I'm restructuring regional management effective immediately. Your positions are being eliminated. You're all terminated as of today, severance packages included. Room goes completely silent, everyone frozen. Marcus, you're firing all of us, right before Q1. Jessica, I'm restructuring for better organizational health. David, we manage $95 million in annual sales. You can't just fire everyone who runs client relationships. Jessica, client relationships will transfer to new managers. Patricia, the one woman, speaks up. I'm being fired too? I thought this was about gender. Jessica, this is about building entirely new culture. Fresh start. No holdovers from old system. We're all in shock. This is insane. Middle of fiscal year. Firing entire sales leadership. Robert asks, who's replacing us? Jessica, I've already hired 12 new regional managers. All women, all committed to collaborative sales approach. Kevin, do they have pharmaceutical experience? Jessica, they have sales experience and right cultural fit. That's more important than industry knowledge. I asked directly, how many years pharmaceutical experience total? Jessica hesitates. Industry knowledge can be learned. Cultural alignment is harder to teach. That's non-answer, which means answer is 0. Meeting ends. We're escorted out same day. No transition period, no knowledge transfer. Just pack your desk, turn in laptop, leave immediately. Security walks us out like we're criminals. 8 years of relationship building, gone in one meeting. January 3 to 15, I'm unemployed, processing what happened. Reach out to other fired managers. We're all in same boat. Kevin, Marcus, David, Robert, everyone. We compare notes on severance packages. Standard 2 months pay, sign NDA, don't disparage company. We all sign, need the money, can't fight this. Start looking for jobs in pharmaceutical sales. Industry is small. Word spreads fast about what happened. Recruiters ask, what happened at MediSource? Entire regional management team fired in one day. I tell them restructuring, don't mention gender. But they know everyone knows industry talks. January 16th, former colleague still at MediSource texts me. New regional managers started today. They seem nice but completely lost. I ask about their backgrounds. She sends me LinkedIn profiles of new Northeast manager. Previous job, luxury retail sales at department store. Before that, real estate sales. 0 pharmaceutical experience, 0 healthcare background. Doesn't know difference between generic and brand drugs. Doesn't understand hospital formularies or pharmacy benefits, but has degree in women's studies and passionate about equity. I check other new managers' profiles. Similar pattern across all 12. Sales experience, but wrong industry. 1 from car dealerships, 1 from software, 1 from insurance. Not a single one from pharmaceutical or medical sales. This is disaster waiting to happen. January 20th, my former biggest client calls me personally. Dr. Richardson, Chief Procurement Officer at major hospital network. $4.2 million annual contract, my largest account. What happened? Why are you gone? Company restructuring, I was let go. This is terrible. You knew our formulary inside out. You understood our needs, our budget cycles, our approval processes. Who's replacing you? I tell a woman named Amanda. She'll reach out soon. He's skeptical. Does she know our systems? She's learning, give her a chance. But I know the truth, she can't learn in few weeks. What took me 3 years to understand about their organization? January 25th, former colleague texts again. New managers are struggling hard. They don't know products, don't understand pricing, don't know how to navigate hospital procurement. Jessica says it's just learning curve. February 1st, Q1 is 1 month in. I hear through industry contacts that orders are way down. Clients calling headquarters confused. New regional managers can't answer technical questions. Don't understand product specifications. Can't explain therapeutic alternatives. February 10th, Dr. Richardson calls me again. This new rep Amanda. She's trying but completely lost. She pitched us product we already told her we don't use. Doesn't understand our formulary restrictions. Quoted us price that violates our GPO contract. I need someone who knows what they're doing. I tell him I can't help. I don't work there anymore. He says, we might need to look at other distributors. That's $4.2 million account at risk just for my territory. February 15th, I get job offer from competitor. Regional sales manager, similar territory, $155,000 plus commission. $10,000 more than MediSource paid me. They're thrilled to have someone with my client relationships. I accept, start in 2 weeks. February 20th, Marcus texts our group chat. He landed job at different competitor, West Coast territory. Kevin got hired at major pharmaceutical manufacturer. David joined medical device company as VP of sales. Robert went to competing distributor, same territory. All of us landing jobs quickly. We're experienced, proven performers. Patricia got best offer. VP of sales at mid-sized distributor. $190,000 plus equity. They wanted experienced woman leader. All 12 of us employed again within 6 weeks. Several of us at competing companies in same territories. We know MediSource clients. We know their needs. Now we're selling against them. March 1st, former colleague sends alarming message. Revenue is collapsing. Q1 numbers are catastrophic. New managers lost multiple major accounts. Jessica is panicking but won't admit it was a mistake. I ask for specifics. She sends me internal revenue report, marked confidential. Q1 target, $24 million, normal quarterly revenue. Q1 actual through February, $8.2 million. We're 2 months in a quarter, running at 34% of target. Major accounts lost. Northeast, my former hospital network, $4.2 million, gone to competitor. Southeast, Kevin's pharmacy chain, $3.8 million gone. Midwest, Marcus's hospital system, $3.1 million gone. Southwest, David's clinic network, $2.4 million gone. West Coast, Robert's medical group, $3.9 million gone. Plus dozens of smaller accounts. Death by 1,000 cuts. March 15th, Q1 ends. Final revenue, $31 million. Target was $95 million. Annual run rate divided by 4. Actually achieved, $31 million. That's 67% revenue drop in single quarter. Worst quarter in company's 15-year history. March 18th, emergency board meeting. I hear about it from former colleague who's still there. Board members furious, demanding explanations. Jessica presents. Temporary transition challenges. New team is still learning. Revenue will recover. Board member, you fired entire sales leadership. Replace them with people with zero industry experience. Lost $64 million in 1 quarter. Another board member, where are those major accounts now? CFO reports, competitors, specifically our former managers. They took their relationships with them. Jessica, that proves they were holding company hostage. Good, we're building new relationships. Board chair, woman in her 60s, is blunt. You destroyed $64 million in revenue in 90 days. This company can't survive another quarter like this. March 20th, Jessica is fired. Board terminates her for cause, no severance. She posts on LinkedIn, sometimes being ahead of your time means facing resistance from those invested in status quo. Gets 8,000 likes from people who don't know what happened. Nobody from MediSource comments. NDA prevents it. March 25th, board appoints interim VP of sales. Guy named Richard, age 52, 30 years pharmaceutical experience. His first action, try to rehire former regional managers. Calls me personally. We made terrible mistake. Would you consider coming back? Significant raise. I tell him, I already accepted position at competitor. I start in 1 week, contractually committed. He calls Kevin, Marcus, David, Robert, everyone. Same response from all of us. Already employed, moved on. Patricia is now VP somewhere else, making more money. None of us coming back, bridge is burned. April 2024, damage assessment complete. Q1 revenue, $31 million, 67% below target. Q2 projection, $28 million, clients still leaving. Annual revenue projection, $120 million, $40 million. Lost clients, 45 major accounts, $67 million in annual contracts. Most went to competitors, specifically former managers. Company needs massive restructuring to survive. April 15th, layoffs begin. Company going from 180 employees to 65. Can't afford staff without revenue. Warehouse workers, customer service, accounting, everyone. Of the 12 new regional managers Jessica hired, 9 are fired for non-performance. 3 remain, but territories are consolidated. May 2024, I'm thriving at new company. Took my relationships with me, clients followed. Former hospital network, Dr. Richardson, signed with us. $4.2 million annual contract. He's happy to work with me again. This is what we needed, someone who understands our business. My new company loves me. I'm top regional performer. June 2024, Marcus texts group chat. Former colleague sent him updated numbers. Q2 ended even worse. $22 million revenue. Company is barely solvent, considering bankruptcy. Board trying to sell company. No buyers interested. Damaged goods is what one potential buyer said. July 2024, MediSource announces merger. Acquired by larger distributor at discount price. Employees remaining will be absorbed or let go. 15-year company essentially dissolved. All because one VP decided to fire everyone who knew the business. August 2024, I see Jessica's LinkedIn. She's consulting now, organizational culture transformation. Tagline, helping companies build inclusive sales cultures. Making probably $100,000, down from $220,000 VP salary. No mention of MediSource disaster. No mention of $64 million revenue collapse. Just led transformational change initiative. At Pharmaceutical Distribution Company. September 2024, Industry Conference. I run into Patricia. She's doing great as VP. We get drinks, talk about what happened. Craziest thing I ever witnessed, she says. I'm woman, and even I got fired. Because she didn't want anyone from old culture. I agree. She confused diversity with competence. Thought gender mattered more than knowing the business. Patricia, worst part is she damaged things for women leaders. Now boards are scared to hire women in sales leadership because they think of her disaster. That hits me because it's true. Jessica set back women in pharmaceutical sales by proving boards' worst fears. That ideology-driven hiring leads to catastrophe. October 2024, 10 months after we were all fired. All 12 of us doing better than before. Higher salaries, better positions, some with equity. We're fine. We had proven track records. MediSource doesn't exist anymore, absorbed in merger. Most employees lost jobs, company dissolved. $95 million business reduced to $40 million, then sold for parts. All because Jessica believed that sales experience in luxury retail was same as pharmaceutical distribution. That cultural fit mattered more than industry knowledge. That you could replace 100 plus years combined experience with enthusiasm and ideology. She was catastrophically wrong. Pharmaceutical sales is relationship business. Clients trust people who understand their needs. Hospital procurement trusts reps who know formularies. Pharmacy chains trust people who understand their systems. You can't fake that knowledge. Can't learn it in 3 months. Can't replace experience with good intentions. Jessica learned that lesson. Cost her company $64 million. Cost 115 people their jobs. Cost investors their entire investment. Because she prioritized perfect gender ratio over basic business competence. That's the story of MediSource distribution. How Feminist VP replaced every male manager and watched revenue drop 67% in 1 quarter. How ideology crashed into market reality, and market reality won decisively, expensively, permanently. Now it's 2025, company doesn't exist. Those of us who were fired are thriving, building relationships, hitting quotas, earning commissions at companies that value what we know over what we represent. And Jessica is consulting somewhere, teaching other companies her methods. Wonder if she mentions the 67% revenue drop, or the company that ceased to exist, or the 115 jobs that were lost. Probably not. Probably frames herself as visionary, who was ahead of her time, resisted by old guard protecting status quo. That's easier than admitting. You destroyed $64 million in value in single quarter because you fired everyone who actually knew how to do the job. November 2024, 1 year after the firing. I'm at Industry Awards dinner, Pharmaceutical Sales Association. Run into former MediSource CFO, guy named William. He survived the merger, took job at acquiring company. We grabbed drinks at hotel bar after ceremony. He wants to talk about what really happened. Board knew it was a mistake by February. We saw January numbers, they were catastrophic. But Jessica convinced them it was just transition period. I ask him, why did board hire her in first place? He sighs, pressure from investors. Venture capital firms pushing ESG metrics. Gender diversity in leadership is major component. Jessica interviewed well, talked about culture transformation. Board thought she'd improve diversity without disrupting business. I asked the obvious, how'd that work out? William laughs bitterly. Destroyed the business. But our ESG score was perfect for 2 months. Right up until we had no revenue. He tells me something shocking. Jessica's plan was even more aggressive. Firing regional managers was just phase 1. She wanted to replace CEO, make herself CEO, wanted all-female C-suite within 18 months. Board finally stopped her after Q1 disaster. January 2025, 2 years after the mass firing. I get LinkedIn message from Amanda, one of Jessica's hires who replaced me. She was fired in April 2024 after 1 quarter. I wanted to reach out and apologize for what happened with your clients. I tell her no apology necessary. You didn't fire me, you just took job offered. She explains, I should have known better. I had no pharmaceutical experience. Jessica convinced me it didn't matter. Said industry knowledge was gatekeeping. She continues, I lasted 3 months. Lost every major account you built. Your clients tried to be patient, but I was drowning. She tells me about the other new managers. All 12 of us had group chat, supporting each other because we were all struggling. Every single one of us was in over our heads. We were set up to fail. March 2025, 2 years and 2 months later. I'm top performer in my company. Just hit President's Club. Earned $340,000 last year with commissions. More than I ever made at MediSource. My former clients followed me, trust the relationship. Dr. Richardson's hospital network expanded contract. Now $6.1 million annually, up from original $4.2 million. He told me, you understand our needs. That's worth more than any discount. I think about where everyone ended up. All 12 fired managers doing well, higher salaries. Patricia, the one woman who was fired. She's crushing it as VP of Sales. Just got promoted to Chief Revenue Officer. Board wants her to be next CEO because she's competent, experienced, proven. Not because of her gender, because of her results. That's what Jessica never understood. Success isn't about checking demographic boxes. It's about competence, experience, results. April 2025, business school professor contacts me. She's writing case study about MediSource collapse. Wants to interview former employees. Draft title, MediSource distribution, when diversity initiative becomes business catastrophe. She asks me, what's the lesson here? I think carefully, diversity is fine, even good. But competence is non-negotiable. You can't sacrifice expertise for representation. You can't replace experience with intentions. Business results don't care about your ideology. She asks, do you think Jessica learned anything? I laugh. She's still consulting, still teaching her methods to other companies. So no, I don't think she learned anything. Now it's today, May 2025. 2 years and 4 months since I was fired. I'm successful, my colleagues are successful. We all landed on our feet. MediSource is gone, dissolved, footnote in history. Jessica is still out there consulting, teaching companies her methods. That's what keeps me up at night, knowing there's another Jessica somewhere, at another company right now, convincing another board to fire all their experienced people, replace them with demographics over competence. And in 12 months, that company will collapse too. Another 100 plus jobs lost. Another $50 million plus destroyed. Because ideology doesn't learn from failure. It just finds new victims. That's the real story of MediSource. 67% revenue drop in 1 quarter. Company dissolved in 18 months. Greater than 115 jobs lost. All because someone believed that gender mattered more than knowing how to do the job.